Flosstube, welcome back. I am Jenny. This is my channel, Stitching Jennie. Today is episode, or Flosstube number 16, and the date is April 4th, 2024. It's been kind of a whirlwind month of March. I mentioned before that March is my birthday month, and so I did a few things for my birthday. We went to lunch as a family on my birthday. The kids had, so my birthday was Tuesday, and school, they were doing like some teacher trainings and teacher work days Monday and Tuesday. So we had Monday, Tuesday off. So Monday I went out to lunch with a couple of work friends, and then Tuesday we went to lunch as a family, just kind of played games and had a grand time, kind of made a fun week of it. My oldest was on spring break, so it was really fun to be able to have a full week with her. I dropped her and her sister off at a reptile expo. They had fun looking at fun snakes and other kinds of animals, like I don't know, there was a really cool gecko that they had, and anyway, they had a lot of fun doing that. So it was just kind of a great week. My sister's birthday is the week after mine, and so we were able to get together and do a fun stitch day together. She made creme brulee, which was amazing. She makes the best creme brulee. I've had it at restaurants, and since I've had hers, and I just can't do it. She has too good of creme brulee to have anything else. But just really kind of a great month. I wasn't able to get back last week like I had planned. I have had a rough day at work, and then there are 7 elementary school librarians retiring this year, and kind of have taken the opportunity to apply for those positions. I've applied for 10 different schools, and I had an interview last week on Wednesday, which is normally the day that I film because I get off work early that day. So anyway, it just didn't happen between that and the interview. So anyway, I'm back finally. Many of you might be wondering about the giveaway. So I did put everybody who made a comment that included the word brave in their comment into my spinning wheel that helps pick, and Vicky Amdahl. Now I'm wondering if I said that right. We've been friends for a while. She actually, we will be going to Stitch West and together in the fall. So I'm excited. She won, and here is a picture of that wheel. And really excited. So I'll be reaching out to you, Vicki, since I have your information, to get your email address and get that passed along to Emily. So Emily Call can email you the pattern. It might be a little bit. I know her shop is closed for a few more weeks, so I'm not sure if she'll be able to send that out right away or not. So that's kind of what's been going on. This week is spring break for our family at our school, so it's been really fun. I've spent the last several days doing a lot of finishes, and I have 6 to show you, fully finishes to show you, and I plan on doing a few more in the next couple of days. So let's go ahead and show you the first few that I've worked on. So this first one Okay, this is It's Okay, and I will link below the the posting, the Etsy posting for this, for those that are interested. It is stitched on 32 count African daisy Jubilee, and it's for a friend of mine. She had a really intense surgery, and she's doing, it's a very long recovery. She's finally home, so I can actually mail this to her home. And I just fully finished it this week. I made it into a little easel finish. Most of these are actually, yeah, most of these are easel finishes. I included the flower, and I needed the little bit of greenery to kind of break up all of that yellow. But I think it turned out really well. I'm very happy about it. So there's that one. That one's probably my favorite. But the next one is Forgive Quickly by Lizzie Kate. Okay, this one is stitched on 28 count flax linen with classic colorwork Cupid floss. I thought this was a 32 count linen when I started, so my margins were not really there, to be honest. I have, I'll show you in a second. So I ran out of floss. I was able to go to the craft center, a fine stitchery. It was my LNS that closed recently, but I was able to match pretty closely the floss. I think I was short this section right here. I was trying to decide. I had enough to start it, but not to finish it, and I don't think you really notice. I think it blends in really well. This too is a easel back finish. I am really liking this. It's less, it's less work. It's less fabric, less mat board than the full flat fold finish. It is a little bit trickier, so I would recommend starting with a regular flat fold finish, and once you feel like you're pretty confident in that, to then try moving to these. Okay, so I said my margins were super tight. The serged edge is the very top edge right here. You might even be able to see a little bit of fabric that has poofed out. Let's see, right here and here. I had to lace this piece because it was such a close finish, but I was just happy that I was able to make it work. And I've got a little ribbon. I found that the ribbon bottoms on these easel finishes actually work best. So that is my next finish. Okay, next is Love by Hands On Design. This, or I guess it's Love. This is one of her freebies. Let's move my hand a little more. And this is one of the freebies that she does for her anniversary with her husband every year. I stitched it on a 32 count linen that I dyed pearl gray myself. And I want to say that the floss is Charlotte's Pink. I was able to take, I think this is fabric that my daughter chose for her mask back during COVID and back to school. They had to wear masks, and so I let my kids all pick fabrics that they liked, and this is the fabric that she had chosen, so I felt like matched really well this piece. So again, it just kind of sits like that in your hand. So I'm excited about that one. I think it turned out really cute. Next we have Luck of the Irish by Stitching with the Housewives. Okay, this one is stitched on 32 count charcoal linen, and I used a mix of either the called for Classic Colorworks or the DMC alternatives that they list in the chart. This also is an easel finish with that as the back, same fabric. Really like how that one turned out as well. It's maybe not quite as even across the top as maybe it should have been, but I don't know. I was obviously not paying as close of attention, but it's okay. It's not super bad. Just not what I normally do. Okay, this one is probably one that I was most surprised about how well I liked. This one is Not a Creature with String by Dragon Dreams. It's in one of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas issues. Okay, I finished this for my daughter. She loves dragons. So this is stitched on 30 count. It's an iridescent white. There's some shimmer in there that maybe you might be able to see. But I did change one of the reds to one step different. Probably, I think, a shade darker than what it was supposed to be. I wish now that I would have gone and hunted or bought the actual color, because I think it would have flowed a little bit better. But this is Chanel Trim by Lady Dot in the color Ogden Grass. And my daughter picked that out. And it just so happened to match perfectly. I had it on hand. I was trying to match something else and it didn't quite work, but it matches almost exact for this. This is the back. And then we decided to do the hanger as a red ribbon to kind of match the ribbon. I suggested doing a silver hanger to match the silver. I changed it. It was supposed to be gold and I changed it to silver because I liked it better with the blue. But she liked the idea of the red ribbon. So there's that one. So, and then this one has been stitched for years and years and years. This one is, it's just called Snowflake. It was a freebie by Tiny Modernist. This is there. Okay, this is stitched on 28 count Monaco using DMC Variations 4022. That's all just one floss, so a variegated floss. I added the ribbon and the hanger. The back is just like a little winter, it's a snowman, but not that he really made it, and apparently I turned him so he's not even upright, and you know what, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a cute little back. So this one I stitched in the car in carpool while I waited for my daughters. And there's another one that I stitched at the same time that is upstairs, halfway done in my drawer. It's all laced. I just need to lace the back and stick them together. So maybe that will be what I do today. Get another one out. I have another finish that I actually don't have to show you, so I will put in a couple of pictures, but My sister, for her birthday, she has what she calls her scroll of shame, is what she calls it. And it's all of her finished pieces that she hasn't fully finished. And to keep it all nice, she just kind of rolls them all up together and has them sitting in a drawer. Well, I saw that you can actually buy project rolls to, it's like quilted fabric that then you roll up and it has ribbons to tie. But they're expensive. And so I decided I would try and make one myself. It was quite the adventure. I've never really done anything like that other than the mat that I made to take to Stitch West. And so I decided, okay, it's an adventure. Let's see. So I got some sunflower fabric because she loves sunflowers. I got a light interior fabric, which now I guess doesn't make much difference because as you roll it, like the outside fabric still touches the inside fabric, but I guess it's nice to have it so that, you know, the piece as it's laying on there, it's fine. So I gave it to her for her birthday. She was so excited. She loved it. And I used a yard of fabric. I got 2 yards of fabric, a yard for the outside and just slightly under a yard for the inside, just kind of scored them off. I finished them so I quilted it with fusible fleece, and then I quilted them on an angle, which took some effort because by the time, you know, one, it's heavy, and so my sewing machine wasn't feeding it through super well, and so trying to, you know, juggle all of that as I'm feeding it through was kind of tricky. And then I just did a binding like I do for my project bags. This is all based on a project bag tutorial, which I will actually link below that project bag because I learned most of the things that I attempt based off of that project bag tutorial. Like, just kind of, do I have a pattern for any of it? No. It's all just like, oh, if I did this, then maybe if I did this, then, you know, kind of do similar idea, then maybe it'll work. And for the most part, it has. I'm a very beginner, well, I guess I'm not super beginner anymore, but all of my sewing has come from trial and error, learning on how to sew project bags and things like that. But so I will post some of those pictures of that project roll here. And maybe I have gotten a picture from my sister of what it looks like with the actual projects in it, but the idea was that we just laid them face down and then rolled it up and then tied it with the ribbons, and it's really, really cute. So that took me probably a couple of days after work to do for her, so that kind of cut into some of the stitchy time, but it's fine. She was super excited about it. I have several new starts, so let's check those out. So first of all, we have my birthday bunny sal that I did. A few of you actually joined in that sal with me, so thank you so much. The one that I ended up picking, which I said I was leaning towards, was the Luminous Fiber Arts Friendship Series BFF Bunnies. And I finished pulling. I didn't realize I hadn't pulled all the floss, and by the time I finished pulling all of the floss, the 2 fabrics that I showed you that are similar to this, neither of them worked because one was matched like the darker color of the bunnies, and one matched, I think it was the chest color of the bunnies. So they weren't gonna work. So on my birthday, my daughter and I went rummaging through all of my, sorry, I'm falling in the crack of my couch. We went through all of my fabrics and kind of picked out one, and I actually really, really love the new fabric that I picked. My daughter, my middle daughter, she's great with color. She's taken several like art classes and an interior design class, and so like she just has a really great eye for colors that look well together. So this is on 32 count Nessie by Picture This Plus, and this is my start. So I got a really great start on this. I worked on it for several days. One was that stitch day with my sister. We were actually going to film, and that's why I don't have like a video of the fabric roll or the project roll. We were going to film while we were there, and then before we could get everything set up, her family came home, so it didn't end up working. But this I worked on this half of the bunny at my sister's house, and anyway, I think he's super cute. I guess this one's the she. She turned out super cute. I'm really liking these colors, especially on this fabric. So I'm glad that I ended up changing what I had initially planned to do. So, oh, I almost forgot the needle minder. Okay, so this needle minder, getting kind of close, my daughter made for me. I had asked her if I sent her the picture of my logo, if she could turn it into a needle minder, and the picture just didn't work, but she was able to search through files, find floss, and she found the heart, and she put then the floss on the outline, and then she pulled in the picture and traced the S and J for Stitching Jennie and traced it so then it looked like how mine looks, and made me this needle minder. She lasered it at work. She works in the engineering building. They have like a lab that you can go into, and they have like 3D printers and the lasers, and they have lots of different things. So she surprised me with that for my birthday, and I'm super excited. She said if I got wood for her, then she could make a bunch for me to maybe take to Stitch West. So that might be my plan, but I love it. Anyway, so my birthday needle minder on my birthday start. Let's put, I've got quite the pile of things building over here. So then I had my spring start. My oldest was very sad that the bunny got picked, the bunny theme for my birthday start. So I told her I would do the bee piece as my spring, you know, the first day of spring. So I would do it for that. So this is by Petal Pusher, While Away the Hours. There we go. And this is my start, and I will explain. There's a hair on it. Let's pull off the hair. Okay. So this is the start. Okay, so halfway through this top line, I was wondering if you wouldn't be able to see the words. So then I switched from the variegated floss to a white to see if that showed up better and if I liked it better or not. I'm still a little undecided. But then since I was undecided, I decided to jump down and start working on the colored words. Like down here, and then then I was going to move to the B. I just haven't gotten back to it. And while I ponder. But this is stitched on 32 count French lace. I changed this color floss. It was called for Bluebell, and I changed it to Shamrock so it would show up better on my fabric. I don't know. I don't know what I've decided about the words. I might rip it all out and do a gray. Yeah, because I want to be able to easily read the words, and I don't know that you can. And so that's why I haven't gotten back to it. I just don't love that I can't read the words. And this piece, so much of it is words, like pretty much the whole thing are the words. So I definitely want those to show. So I'm thinking maybe a light gray might work. So anyway, like I said, that's probably the main reason I haven't gotten back to that, is because I'm so undecided on what to do with it. I might stitch the bee and the flower and then kind of go from there, see what I think. I had my March ornament that I started. This is, what's it called? Arctic Animals 2 by The Little Stitcher. I got mine off of Etsy, and this is what that looks like. Okay, and this is stitched on 32 count Picture This Plus Dwarf, and I started on the seal. Okay, and all I have left to do is snow down here with some snowflakes. I just was feeling kind of more of a spring mood, so I didn't really want to stitch on a lot of winter themed stuff. I'm over winter. Winter can be gone. We keep getting snow, and then, I mean, snow, rain, sleet, hail, like a couple of nice days, rain, snow, sleet, hail. And I mean, luckily the snow isn't like last year. I have a picture from a year ago, and it was like almost a foot of snow, fresh snow. And that was really depressing last year, because it wasn't just a suddenly it snowed randomly. Like that did happen one year, but no, this was like it never stopped last year. So I'm just kind of over winter, even though we haven't had like a ton of snow or anything. The mountains have, but we haven't down in the valleys as much. And luckily it's just melting. Like it's melted within the hour. Like it doesn't stay very long, but I'm kind of over it. But I just need to fill in, you know, that might be a good thing to do just while I'm chatting or something this weekend. But my daughter picked Picture This Plus Dwarf because she liked that it looked like a winter day. I gave her the option of 32 count Dove, which I'll show you later. Actually, I can show you like just a comparison. So Dove I felt like kind of is a winter night, where Dwarf I feel like is more of a winter day, and she wanted her animals in a winter day. She said she wants me to finish it in a circle finish, circle ornament, so it'll probably be something kind of like this. But so that's the start on my March ornament. My goal is to try to get an ornament done a month. The first 2 months went really well. Last month, actually no, just the first month went well. I picked kind of a trickier one for my second month, and then this is my March one. I just was kind of done with winter. So then my last new start is a birth sampler for one of my best friends from high school. She had a new baby in not March, in January, and she's coming up next weekend. So my goal is to try to get that finished so that I can give it to her while she's up. But this is my start. And this is what, maybe I can get a picture, and if I can, this is what it looks like. And if I can't, it says, I love you to the moon and back. Something to that effect, with like a little rocket ship and a moon and some stars. And technically it's supposed to have like a star border around the whole thing with stars splitting the name and the birth weight and everything like that, which I think I'm leaving off all of the star borders and only just doing the main stars. But this is by KristyPatterns on Etsy, and this is the 32 count dove, so kind of a darker. I thought it would be a nice night sky since there's going to be like a rocket with the moon and clouds and stuff. So I'm really liking how this dark blue is popping off of it. So hopefully the rest of it will look just as nice. I started this just yesterday, so very, very new start. Let's see. Okay, and then onto our whips. So this is the February ornament that I mentioned, and this is what that looks like. It's called Peace Tree by M Designs, and it looks like this. And it's from a just cross stitch Christmas ornament magazine. And this is what that looks like. And I've brought down this swirl and then like this swirl. This is stitched over 1 on 28 count white Monaco using a variegated what's the coats floss. Anyway, it's a floss that my sister-in-law gave me when her grandmother passed away, and I thought this would be a great memorial piece for her to have of you know, kind of showing gratitude as well as you know, remembrance for her grandma. And her favorite color is green, so I thought a Christmas tree would be really appropriate. So there's that piece. But because it's over 1 and it's such a large piece, it's taking a lot more time than I had anticipated. I didn't realize that it was over 1 when I initially planned on starting it. So next is Jellybean Jubilee. So this is by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. And I have finished now all of the front pieces. So I just finished this one, which I will show you. And then I started this one right here. So then all I have left to finish is this bunny in the middle. So I might keep working on this throughout the month just to try to get that off of my list. It's one of my older pieces. So let's show you all of them. Okay, so since I'm done, I decided to iron it. So this is stitched on, what is it? 40 count French lace. So this is the Easter. There is a bow. All of these have a little something like a bow or a rope pulling the cart. I guess one of the bunny with the painted egg, I need to put whiskers on. So there is a bow that goes there. Then we have the bunny. And he still needs whiskers. And then, sorry, I stitched these all kind of strange on the fabric. Trying to see if you can see that. Maybe there. The little chicks with their cart. I need to get a string for the cart added. Then there's the chick with the tulips. This tulip here, I apparently got a little carried away. It's one stitch too tall. I just kept going. And there's a bow on his neck. And then the last one that I just finished is the little chick bunny with the cart. So those are all ready. I've ironed it. It looks like I need to probably iron it another time. And then my new start of the Hop Hop Hippity Hop. This is kind of a more close up. This is my working copy. And I changed the color from white to, I guess this would be really helpful, to the teal color. So that it would show up more than the white, because I wanted it to just really pop. So we decided on the teal. I worked on this a little bit off and on in the evenings after my finishing, so I haven't gotten a ton of progress on it, but it is going really quickly. I think this is only three nights of maybe like an hour and a half each night of stitching. Probably not even that. It's probably maybe an hour of stitching a night. So it is going really quickly. Then my last piece that I've been working on is my, it was my Whip Go for the month that my daughter picked. It was her choice. And she picked Luck of the Irish. It's a buttons and beads pack from Mill Hill. And that's what it looks like. And this is my progress. So it is all done with the stitching. I just need to start adding beads. So when it gets called, there is an actual spot on Whip Go that is just it, instead of like my daughter's choice. That's what I'll work on, is the beads. And there's a ton of beads, especially gold ones. But there's that. So speaking of Whip Go, I don't want to put that on top of, let's put that there. Speaking of Whip Go, how did my Whip Go go? So I was supposed to stitch on Luck of the Irish, which I finished. I did 3 days on, more than 3 days actually. It was most of the week leading up to St. Patrick's Day actually that I stitched on that. And then I was supposed to stitch on Raven, which is my Nora Corbett witch, and I did not touch her. I was not in the mood for Halloween. I was in the mood for spring, and so I didn't even touch her. April, the pulls, I have any Halloween piece, and then I have Christmas delivery. So let me show you what those look like. I don't know if I will stitch on them. My goal is to, but I don't know what I'll feel like. I feel like I'm a very seasonal stitcher, and I very much was wanting spring. So I don't know if I'm going to feel like wanting to stitch these. I'm going to try though. This one is Christmas Delivery by Cottage Garden Samplings. That's what it looks like. And I have been working on the sleigh. This is a new Q-snap and it does not want to twist. I should have done it beforehand, but I pulled it at the last minute. I hadn't planned on it. Where did my board go? Like, just vanished. I have no idea. Oh, it's hiding behind my legs. There we go. So I would work on probably the sled, like the ski runs of the sled, the runners of the sleigh. So anyway, that's what it looks like. This is one of the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery needle minders. Love them. So anyway, that would be an April Whip Go piece. And for the Any Halloween piece, this is what I'm thinking. I am thinking of doing my Cricut Collection Sleepy Hollow. So I have the middle finished, and I'm working on the house of, what do you call it? The Von Tassel Farm is actually what it's called. I stopped because I realized that I needed more floss for the roof line. It doesn't give a suggestion of how much floss. So I thought, I got it when I was Pretty New Stitcher. I thought I only needed one because it wasn't listed otherwise. But after looking at some other like posts and things like that, I realized I needed a lot more. I was able to get some that's similar-ish enough that I think it'll look okay. And I just kind of gave up for a while on it. So I need to come back to it. So I think this is the piece that I'll work on. And that's what it looks like. And I don't remember what color the fabric it is. It's a Picture This Plus. I want to say, I don't remember. If I work on it, I'll tell you. But I love the way the light and the pumpkin look on this piece. The pumpkins look amazing, and the light coming from the windows. Like, I love it. So I definitely want to work on that. I haven't worked on it probably in 2 years. So I wanted to get the scroll frames, and then like I got like an attachment for my Lowry stand for it, and then it just wasn't working well, and so then I got my other stand, my lap stand for it, and which works really well, but then I found out that the floss issue. Anyway, it's just kind of been one thing after another, so I haven't gotten back to it. Kind of a little maybe PTSD of like too many things going wrong with it. I just haven't gotten back to it. So that will be my Halloween piece that I would work on. Again, I'm kind of a moody stitcher, so but I do want to make progress on some of these pieces, and I feel like in the season sometimes I'm too busy or it's too short to make a good chunk of progress. So maybe April and May will be like my months that I can just get a good chunk of those done. March statistics. So I've mentioned that I'm trying to keep track of how much I'm stitching, how many new starts I have, things like that. And so I have just a little day planner that I've been adding those on. So for March, I had 4 new starts. Most of those were, actually they've all been shown. The It's Okay was the 4th new start that I had. Most of them were from my birthday on. I had 2 finishes, the Chubby Bunny and It's Okay. I had no fully finished objects. All of these fully finishes have been in the last 2 days, 3 days. Anyway, they were all April finishes, fully finishes. I stitched 21 out of 31 days. And then I met one of my 2 whip goals. So all around a pretty good month, I think. So my sister's probably dying that I have that many new starts, because I harassed her a lot when we first started stitching. You know, if you would just stick with one, you would actually get it finished. And anyway, and I'm the pot calling the kettle black apparently now. She turned 50 this year, and she decided she was 5 away from having 50 whips, and so she decided to start those 5 so that she could have 50 whips, and she's calling it Nifty 50, and she's going to see how many of those she can finish from now until next March. So I told her, I was like, maybe by the time I'm 50, I'll be at that point. Because I think I have like 27 whips, maybe something like that now. And so most of those have been in the last year, in the last like 4 months actually. So anyway, we'll see. Let's talk about sorry, my allergies are really bad. Let's talk about purchases. So, and gifts, I guess. First of all, I have, Easter was on Sunday, and Shannon Christine had a sale on her website of Easter patterns, and so I did buy one. It's called Jellybean, and this is what that looks like. Super, super cute. I'm excited to stitch that. The other purchase that I have is Primrose Cottage. Comes, I guess when they go to market, they get a new shirt for every day at market that has the same like design on it. So this year they decided to offer that to the people that follow them, and so I purchased one, and this is what mine is. I picked the pink. They had it in like navy and like their tealy green color, so it's kind of maybe hard to read, but it says beautiful things come together one stitch at a time, Primrose Cottage. They also have this design as a sticker on their Etsy shop, so maybe, I don't know, hopefully you can see that better than what I'm being able to see it as. And so my hope is that, or I plan on wearing that. I wore it for my stitch day with my sister, and then I plan on wearing it at Stitch West. So my birthday comes right after market, and so it's a great time for me to have a birthday because I want all the things. And my sister was super sweet. She gave me a gift card, and so I got all of these. They all came from Abby at Top Knot Stitcher. She is fantastic. She sends things out super fast. So it actually arrived the day before my birthday, and I handed them to my daughter and said, okay, pull out these couple of things that I bought for my sister for her birthday, and then wrap it all up. And so they wrapped it up. So first of all, I have Chubby Bunny by Jeanette Douglas. And this one matches, did I say Chubby Bunny? I meant Chubby Bee. This is Chubby Bee. Chubby Bee. And it coordinates with Chubby Bunny, is what I was thinking in my head. So it came out Chubby Bunny, which I just finished this last month. So it will be perfect. My husband, he's a beekeeper, so I'm kind of like into all the bee things because I have an excuse, right? Then I got Liberty Pennies by Hands On Design. This is one of her rounds. And I just placed an order today for all of the flosses for this. They were out of like a charcoal fabric and stuff. I do have like an anthracite, something like that. That's like a dark gray that I'll probably use instead. But anyway, there's that one. And then I got Spring Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I got Patriotic Quaker by Primrose Cottage. Then this is one that I used my sister's gift card for. This is Animal Cracker Series Maggie May by Stacy Nash. And I just love her. She's so cute. I think I'm going to change her sweater to a blue though. And I think why I like her is there's something about her that reminds me of a book that I have. It's called like The Disappearing Bag or something. It's about like a family of bunnies and they get like all these amazing presents, and the youngest bunny, he's like sad because they won't let him play with it. And then he finds this disappearing bag, and then all of his siblings are like, well, you can play with my stuff if I can play with your bag. And so anyway, she looks like one of the sisters, I think, is why I like it so much. That's what my husband thinks, and I tend to agree with him. Then I got Teresa Kogut's Spring is Hope. This one is, the phrase speaks to me just as spring is hope, and for one that suffers with seasonal depression, it very much feels that way. I will be starting this. I am going to take, so this is supposed to be like a dark, like a black color, not a blue. And so I'm going to brighten that up into like more of a blue, and same with the bird, and then stitch it. So I ordered the reds of the flowers for that piece today. Then my last piece, which is also one that I used my sister's gift card for, is Plum Street Samplers American Welcome. That's what it looks like. And it says, this land we love so vast and free, we honor those who care for thee. God bless the US of A. And I might take off of and just say God bless the USA and just kind of shift it so that it's centered. I am waiting to find the floss pack before I start this, but I just love it. I love that it's an ocean front. I love the patriotic colors. I love the Quaker motifs in it. Like everything about this I love. So I need to decide what fabric I want to stitch it on, and then maybe Wren. Picture of This plus Wren might be good. Ooh, that could be really good. Anyway, so that is what I have. As far as plans go, I want to finish that birth sampler. I want to work some more on and at least finish one more pillow, or not pillow, but one more of the Jellybean Jubilee, the hip hop, hippity hop, 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 the lots of hopping one. I want to finish that one at least. I will probably start something new just because I seem to be in the starty mood. I'll probably start some of my summer pieces here soon. I want to start the Cricut collection, the Word Summer. It's been something that I've been wanting to stitch. I have a tiny Modernist summer piece that I want to start. I have, oh, there's one more. Oh, Rose Cottage by Hands On Design that I want to start. So those will probably get started here in the next 2 months. Whether this month or next month, I'm not sure. But those are kind of what I have planned immediately. Maybe I'll start some of these new pieces, some of these market pieces. I have a hard time sometimes getting all of the floss and all of the deciding on fabric and getting it all started. So sometimes that's what takes me the most time, is deciding on all of that. But anyway, I appreciate you coming and being part of my Flosstube today, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I am super loving being on spring break. My plan is to go start doing some sewing pieces now, some pillows, maybe a bag or two. I need to go shopping for a new car for my husband tomorrow, so I don't know how much of that will happen, and it's already almost 3 o'clock. So anyway, hope you have a great week, and I